So maybe you fear to start your entrepreneurial journey, or maybe you are just reckless. You go after it and you don't care. Well, there is some hidden risks that I need to share with you, but also some hopes that I want to share. So let's get to it. There is 5 of those, and I believe that's going to help you in your journey to become an entrepreneur and actually succeed and avoid getting like 90, 95, or even 99% of people that try that and fail. So let's get to it. The very first thing is actually to underestimate your resources. And not necessarily the resources that you think, because I believe that when I say that, you think about money, but that's not the case. The resources I'm talking about is much deeper than that. You have requirement for relationship, you have desire for well-being. Also, you have a certain mental energy that you have or not. And so all of those are kind of resources that you need as a human being. But when you start your entrepreneurial journey, you need to understand that a lot of those are going to be challenged. You are going to have less energy for your friends, for your family. You are going to start sleeping less, working more hours. There is a lot of things like that that can accumulate. And that's very easy to actually think about the fact that you can put that aside, that's going to be for later and so on. But this will catch up to you. So as much as you highly desire to just go all in, you need also to understand how much those things are important to you. There is people, for instance, that doesn't really require a lot of interaction with other people. And that's fine. Maybe for them that's okay, as they can work a ton alone and be fine with it. But that's not the case for everyone. So you need to really check in to yourself with all the needs that you have. For instance, a need of mine is I need to sleep. I love sleeping, but yeah, I need to work a lot as well. So I need to manage that. I need a lot of sleep. If I want to be performant in my work, this is what I found. I cannot lack sleep. If I lack sleep, I'm not performant in what I work. And this creates a snowball effect in the wrong direction where I'm actually less and less productive over time. So having enough sleep on a daily basis is for me a very important requirement to make sure I don't underestimate how important those resources are. So that's mainly about that. Yes, this is time, energy, and mental bandwidth. Mainly that's all of those things that you need to consider and make sure you can sustain them over a very long period of time. When you are getting started in your entrepreneurial journey, you need to think of it like it's never going to end. Because that's actually one of the issues that can come in underestimated. That's maybe that kind of go with the second one. Actually, let's put it. Quitting your job too early. Why this is linked to what I've just explained is because generally when you do that, you're taking a wrong assumption. You're taking the assumption that this is going to be quick, easy, and you're going to get it done in no time. That's not going to be the case. I'm just going to tell you that's not going to be the case. That's going to take a long time. And so coming back to underestimating your resources, you need to act like this is never going to end. Period. And same with the same idea with quitting your job, because resources is also about money. You need to act as this is never going to end. So if at that point you don't have the money to sustain it for an undefined period of time, that's not the time to quit your job. You should quit your job when you start making money. And you can sustain thanks to your business and not thanks to your saving, because savings burn crazy fast. Trust me, I made that mistake. So saving burn crazy fast. Don't underestimate that. That's mainly the key to take is that's going to take a very long time. That's pretty much what you need to accept. And maybe not. Honestly, that's also what I want to get across is maybe not, but you need to act like it is, because it's better to be safe than sorry. And so if you act like this is going to take a short time and that you're going to get it done easy, but it doesn't, you're making sure that you're going to fail. Where if you take the assumption that this is going to take a long time, you go on this journey prepared to take challenges, obstacles, but oh, you know what? That was easier than I thought. You get it done anyway. But if that takes very long time and even more than what you thought at the beginning, but you were prepared, then you can go a long way and actually get it done. That's also the second thing. Then the third thing that I have that I want to talk about, that actually I talked about in my last video, which is about the idea of overcommitting to big ideas. This one is tricky because when you're getting started, you're full of hope and energy, and you want to get done things that are amazing. And so you kind of are stuck to this big goal, big idea that you want to accomplish. I don't tell you that you should aim lower. That's not what I'm telling you. But what you should do when you are getting started, because most likely you have a job, you don't have a lot of time, you have limited resources, and so on. So in order to get full time, you need to quit your job. In order to quit your job, you need to make money fast. In order to make money fast, you need to focus on an idea that is not too big, so you can actually make progress very fast with limited time. That's kind of the big issue here. But when from the beginning you're overly committing to your big idea that you have in the end, this is the thing that you want to achieve, this take a shit load of time. And as a part-time thing, when you're working 1 or 2 hours a day max on it, you will never see the end. So first, understand that, okay, this big idea is the end goal, but how can I deconstruct that into a smaller scope? For instance, focusing on a sub-problem, a sub-part of the problem, or even just one specific problem that is very small, but that I can actually build an outstanding solution out of it. Because if you try to build a solution for this big idea, you will just arrive at an average solution, but average solution doesn't sell very well. So if you focus on a sub-version of that is small, but you can produce a very high quality, outstanding solution, result, whatever, then you can sell it, start making money, quit your job, have more resources, and have more time to focus on your big idea. That's kind of the thing. You see how it goes? Okay, so then it goes also with the, here it's kind of the other side of the thing. That's not perfection paralysis with in regard to the big idea. You have this ideal goal and you don't change, you want it to be perfect and you overcome it. So that's kind of, here is also perfection paralysis, but it's on overcommitting on big idea. Where here, that's kind of different. That's for people, for those of you who think that they cannot afford to make mistakes, that they should get it right from the get-go. You don't. That's a little bit of hope. That's a mistake you are doing, but that actually is something that's holding you back. You can go ahead, you can make mistakes as long as you make sure you don't underestimate your resources, as long as you don't quit your job too early, so you have money to sustain over the long run, and as long as you don't overcommit to big idea, you can make mistakes. You can. That's okay. And everybody is doing it. And that's why I told you about all of that in the beginning. Making mistake is part of the journey. You will fuck up, for sure. But as long as you respect the above, you can afford it. You can and you need to afford it. Because if you can't afford to make mistake, you will fail, you will go bankrupt, you will be broke. Period. So make sure you're in a place, in a time and space where you can afford making mistakes, and go after it. Go after it. Don't overthink it. Don't get paralyzed by just perfection paralysis or the fear of making mistakes. That's okay. Just go ahead. Do. And as you do, you will figure it out. But make sure you don't put yourself in a situation where you cannot afford making mistakes. That's a key element. And the last one, I had multiple, but I want to choose only one that is the most impactful. Yeah, I believe that's maybe the slash work-life balance. This one is tricky because, as I said, it will depend on you. On, first of all, how big of things you want to achieve, how comfortable you are with being alone, and yeah, because there is two sides of it. First of all, accepting the fact that as an entrepreneur, you don't have a work-life balance. Period. That's just the reality of it. But also understand that that doesn't necessarily have to be that way. There is a spectrum here. First of all, there is people that definitely need work-life balance. For those people, unfortunately, I would say that maybe becoming an entrepreneur is not for you. And that's why I want to tell you, because the biggest service I can give you is actually telling you that what you are thinking of doing might just not be the thing you need to do. But on the other hand, there is the two other type of people. On the other extreme, you have people that don't care about work-life balance. And I believe for you, yeah, go ahead. You're pretty much going to enjoy it a lot. Pretty much like me. I don't really have work-life balance. My work is my life, pretty much. And then you have some people that are kind of in the middle. They are okay not having that much balance in their life, but they still want a relationship. They still want kind of managing everything. And as long as I told you, you manage your resources well and so on, you can find the time to do everything. Just more challenging. Are you going to achieve more by just removing any work-life balance? The answer is yes. But can you actually achieve great things while maintaining a decent amount of work-life balance? I would also say yes. So that's really up to you to decide, okay, how fast do I want to grow? And honestly, that's something that I believe is kind of lost in the hustle culture is why do you want to go fast? I mean, okay, that's fine. There is people that want to go fast, that want to grow extremely, but you know what? If you just enjoy the process of building a business and you don't have put yourself in situation where you cannot afford mistake, where you have to produce result quickly, and you have all the time in the world. Okay, so what's the issue to just grow slower? As long as you enjoy what you do on a daily basis, as long as you do everything that you want to do, I would say that because building a business is not that will depend. For some people, that's about making as much money as possible, but for others, that's just the process of enjoying building a business, growing, creating something from your own hands, and so on. There is a lot of enjoyment that comes into that, and if you get even more enjoyment by having a growth that is a little slower because you want a little bit more work-life balance, I would say that's okay. You don't have to be ashamed of that. That's okay. That's really depend on what are you looking for. If you want to grow as much as possible, yes, work-life balance is going to get in the way. But If that's not your goal and you just want to enjoy your life, having fun, building a business, and having a little bit of work-life balance, I would say that's totally possible. So that was kind of my main point I wanted to make for today. I hope that kind of give you some insight on how you will manage your own entrepreneurial journey, because to be honest, it's different for everyone. You just have to find what's work for you and make sure you can sustain it over the long run. That's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.